Books and journals are important research sources. In this video, you'll learn about the difference between them. Scholarly information is found in different containers. Two examples are books and journals. In this video, you'll learn about the difference between authored books, edited books, and journals. Knowing the difference is key to finding, selecting, and citing the best sources for your research. Here's an example of an authored book. Dr. Li Chen is a professor of veterinary medicine. He wrote a book about dogs called Canine Diseases. When you open Dr. Chen's book to the table of contents, you see chapter titles. Because Dr. Chen is the author, you know he wrote all the content in these chapters. Some books are co-authored, that is, books can be authored by more than one person. Authored books are usually published once. Occasionally, publishers ask an author to update their book, creating a new edition. Now let's look at an edited book. Dr. Marie Dublé is an English literature scholar. She wants to compile a book about contemporary Canadian writers. She wants to draw on the expertise of others rather than writing all the content herself. So, she sends out a call for papers to scholars in the field of Canadian literature. Scholars write papers that address the topic described in the call for papers, and they send their papers to Dr. Dublé. Then Dr. Dublé makes the decision about what will appear in the edited book. She follows a process similar to peer review, except in this instance, she does all the reviewing herself. When she has compiled the book, she sends it to a publisher. Dr. Dublé's book meets high scholarly standards and is accepted for publication. When you open Dr. Dublé's book to the table of contents, you see what appear to be chapter titles. Under each title, you see the name of the person who wrote the chapter. In an edited book, chapters can be called essays or papers. As is customary for book editors, Dr. Dublé wrote an introduction and contributed a paper. Some books are co-edited. Edited books are usually published once. Occasionally, they're updated to new editions. Now let's turn to journals. A journal is generally focused on a specific subject area of a particular discipline. Here is a journal focused on pedagogy for primary students, which is part of the larger discipline of education. Scholars in this field write papers based on their research. They write papers alone or in collaboration with others. If they want to submit a paper to this particular journal, the paper must fall within the journal's subject area. Because journals are published more than once and on a regular basis, scholars can submit papers at any time. Their papers go through the peer review process, and if accepted, the papers are published in an issue of the journal. Here is the spring 2021 issue of the Journal of Primary Student Pedagogy, and here is the journal's table of contents. Scholarly information is generated and compiled in different containers in different ways. The contents of an authored book are written by an author or co-authors. The contents of an edited book are written by different people and compiled by the editor. The contents of a journal are written by different people and compiled by the journal. Tables of contents help you differentiate between these scholarly sources. Bonus tips. Journals are published regularly, so they provide the most current research. A journal paper tends to focus on a very specific aspect of a subject area. Books are often overlooked as sources of information. A book can provide an excellent overview of a topic, as well as in-depth information. When you can distinguish between scholarly containers of information like authored books, edited books, and journals, you can find, select, and cite research sources more effectively.